Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. So for today's video, I actually got this idea from my coworker. We were like talking about my channel and stuff, and she was like, you should do like a video on makeup for like wearing a mask. Like, how do you do your makeup when you're wearing a mask all day? And I was like, that's so funny because like I've gone back to work now like full time, 5 days a week, 40 hours. So in New York, I'm pretty sure it's everywhere. I'm not exactly sure if it's in every state, but in New York, if you're an essential worker and if you're in a public place, you have to wear a face covering, whether it's a mask or something just to cover your face. So for 8 hours a day, I pretty much had like a mask on. So I have adjusted my makeup routine. I don't know why I kept my hands on my face for so long, but I've adjusted my makeup routine to like wearing a mask, because at first I was doing like a full face of makeup and it was looking worse than if I didn't have makeup on, because like when I would take the mask off, like the makeup would just be like everywhere and just spread around, so it was just looking like a hot mess. So I have adjusted my routine to me wearing a mask. So that is what today's video is going to be on. It's going to be how I do my makeup for when I'm wearing a mask, and it's very minimal, but you look put together and you look more awake. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. So if you guys are interested, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and let's jump into the video. Alright, so let's face it, we're all sick and tired of wearing these face masks. Like, we're over it. Like, it's just so annoying, but it's what we have to do to, keep everybody safe, to stop the spread. We have to make a little bit life adjustments. It's not that serious. It's just a little inconvenient, and it is something to get like used to. So the worst thing like to ever happen would be to like waste so much makeup and waste so much time doing your makeup in the morning, for then to put on a face mask and for it to get all messed up, and then it's like annoying because then you look like a freak because then half of it's rubbing off and it just looks like, oh, like who wants to seriously like waste time doing that? So what I've been doing for like the past like 2 weeks, since like I've been back to work full time, I've just been using like maybe 2 or 3 face products on my face, and that is it. So like right now I have like a little breakout happening right here, which isn't that big of a deal because the mask will cover it, but I will still like conceal it a little bit. So the first thing that I do is I take my Fenty cream bronzer. Oh, by the way, I don't prime when I do this. I just put on like my moisturizer, which I already did this morning, and like that's it, because I'm not going to be wearing like heavy foundation, so I don't really see a reason to prime. And since I've been wearing these face masks, you guys, my skin and my lips are so dry because of it. Like, my skin is just like, my nose is super dry, like my chin, and I've been getting a lot of pimples like over here because of like the constant wearing of the face mask. So that's why I just mainly stick to like moisturizer, and it's good to not wear heavy foundation every day because it kind of gives like your skin like a little bit of a breather. So the first thing that I do is I take my Fenty cream bronzer. I have mine in the shade 02 Butter Biscuit. You guys are probably like, why are you like wearing bronzer? Just because it adds a little bit of warmth to the face and around the forehead. I don't go crazy. I don't like make it look super perfect. I just do like a little bit on my cheeks, because then you can still kind of see right over here, and then on my forehead. So I'm going to show you guys right now. I'm going to take my typical e.l.f. brush. This is the e.l.f. domed stipple brush, which I desperately have to clean, but it's fine. So I'm just going to take some, and then I'm just going to apply it just like this. As you guys can see, like, I'm not doing an awful lot of it. Like, it looks like it's a lot on camera, but once we put concealer on and we put a little bit of powder, it's really not even going to look that serious. I just really like how bronzer looks, so that's why I'm doing it, because it just, you can already see the difference. Like, it looks a little more chiseled and just makes me feel a little bit better. I'm a little bit tan. Like, I'm not like crazy tan, but I did get a little bit of a tan last week. I was in the sun for like 2 days, and one of the days I wasn't even like tanning. I was just sitting there and I got like color, and then one day I actually was just sitting in the sun and I got major color. So like the top of my forehead is a little bit tan, and like my chest is a little bit tan. So I have a little bit of a tan right now, but nothing crazy. All right, so pretty much this is like what I do. This is like the extent of the cream bronzer, and this is pretty much it. So that's that. So if you're somebody that's like perfect and doesn't have any imperfections on your face, you can skip this next step, which is concealer. I do it because I do have like significant like dark circles, and I feel like I look like tired. Even though the bronzer brought warmth to my face, I still feel like I look a little bit sleepy. So this next concealer I have been loving. This has like been my go-to concealer for this. This is the Dior Forever Skin Correct concealer. I got this a few months ago and it was too dark for me, but since I've been like a little bit more like on the tanner side, kind of, I've been using this every single day. And even before, like 2 weeks ago, I was still using it. I was just blending like the foundation like down my neck and stuff because this is like a shade or two darker, but it's not a big deal. So to take it, and I'm just going to apply a little bit, like just like this. Like literally nothing crazy. I'm gonna put a little bit on this blemish we got right here. Since I'm not wearing foundation, you guys are gonna laugh at me, but what I do is I just take whatever concealer is left over on the little tip of the brush, and I'll take my beauty blender, my sponge, and I'll just kind of like brush it onto this, because in my opinion, when you go in with a stopping wet beauty, not stopping, but when you go in with a damp beauty blender and it has no like foundation or concealer on it, in my opinion, I feel like it can really pick up the concealer, and since we don't have like foundation underneath, it can look really just weird. Let me know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, do you do the same thing? Do you just take concealer or foundation and just put a little bit on your sponge beforehand to kind of help with like the blending out process? Because I've been doing that for years. All right, so that blemish is covered, super, super easy. So I'm just going to blend out my concealer. Alright guys, so this is how the concealer looks blended out. Now I do want to say that this concealer looks like skin, like it's full coverage, but it doesn't look like you're wearing concealer. Like in my opinion, like it doesn't look like, oh my god, like that girl's wearing like heavy concealer. Like not at all. And it is kind of like a satin finish. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it has like a little bit of a glow, but nothing crazy. And this concealer really doesn't even crease. If I didn't have like such creasy under eyes, I could for sure just leave it like this. But since we are going to be wearing a mask, I am going to set it. By the way, in case you were wondering why I did the cream bronzer first, it's because now look, it's a little softened out because I put the concealer, like I kind of blended it a little bit down, but nothing, I didn't do like anything crazy, but just having a little bit extra concealer like around this area really helped like tone down the bronzer a little bit in my opinion. So that's what I like doing that first. So I'm just going to take my typical Kylie Jenner translucent setting powder. You guys know this is my jam. I love this stuff. And then I'm just going to smooth out any creases that I have. So now that we have the powder on baking, while that does that, I am just going to take my regular Fenty powdered bronzer in the shade In the Sun, and I just take a little bit. So I take my bronzer brush, I swirl it around a little bit, tap off any excess, and I just like go like that. Just like that, nothing crazy, nothing insane, just to kind of set it. Because since that is a cream, like putting the mask on and stuff, like it can move it around a little bit and you don't want that. At least I don't want that. So I just do a little bit of tapping. So I'm just going to take my Morphe brush. This is the Jacqueline 07 brush with Morphe. I'm just going to use this to tap away any baking. I just go back and forth just like this. Nothing crazy. And I look up most of the time. And then what I do is I'll kind of swipe down a little bit just to kind of help set that bronzer in place as well. So I'll just go like this, and then any excess I swipe it down because it, like in my opinion, helps set the bronzer. So you can see how just flawless that under eye looks with that powder and that concealer combination. I definitely feel like when you're wiping away your bronzer, I mean your bake, do not make any kind of facial expressions. Kind of keep like a stone face. Because I feel like if you make any facial expressions while you're wiping it away, even though it is set, I feel like in my opinion, this happens to me from time to time, if I'm like laughing, when I wipe away my bake, it will, like my under eyes will like kind of like look a little like cakey and creasy. So I definitely don't recommend making any facial expressions at all. And then I will just take my sponge and just go underneath and kind of pick up any excess powder as well as push any excess powder in. This next step is totally optional, but I just feel like it adds a little bit more of like a put together look. So I am just going to add a little bit of highlight. I'm going to take my Hourglass powder, and I'm just going to do a little bit just like that. Literally just add a little bit of a glow because I feel like everybody can use a little bit of glow. I just take my blush brush without dipping it into the blush, and I just like go like this on my cheeks, add a little bit of color, nothing crazy, and then I will take a little bit of my Kylie You're Perfect powder just to kind of brighten up the under eye just a little bit, and then that is it. Just like that. And then I will do the same thing with my sponge and just go back and forth. You guys, I kid you not, this look takes me like no time. I'm done so quick with my makeup, and honestly, you don't only have to do this look for wearing a mask. I really love this. Like, I'm picturing like summer, super tan, like just wearing concealer and a little bit of bronzer and highlight, and then like going out the door. Like, that's like my favorite. Like, I love summer and I love being tan, and I love just, my favorite thing about the summer and being tan is I don't have to wear makeup, because I feel like it just looks like I'm already wearing makeup because I'm tan. But yeah, so now the only thing that's left is mascara. So for this, you could do anything you want with your eyes. You could add a little bit of bronzer in the crease. You could do like a winged liner if you want. You can do anything, but for me, I'm just like whatever. I just literally take my mascara and just coat my lashes, and that's it. There has been a few times where I have put some liner in my waterline just because I want to look a little bit more put together, but I really just love like the natural look, you know what I mean? I really love that. Now for the absolute last step. This part is 100% optional, but I just like to do it because I want my makeup and like this part of my face to last all day. So I will just take some of my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, and I'll just shake it up a bit and just do like 1 or 2 sprays on my face. I'm just gonna add a little bit of bottom mascara, and then that is all. Hey guys, so this is the finished look. This is how everything looks after it's all said and done. And honestly, I feel like the star of the show is this Dior concealer. I just feel like it makes your under eyes, like it gives you that full coverage look, but like it doesn't even look like I'm wearing concealer. It just melts into your skin, and it's so lightweight that it's like wearing air underneath your eyes. Like you're wearing literally nothing, and I just feel like it gives such a flawless look. And I know the highlight wasn't necessary, but I definitely feel like adding a little bit of highlight definitely makes you just like, well, it makes me feel a little bit better. But yes, let me put my mask on so you guys can see what it looks like with the mask. So yeah, so this is exactly what I look like. As you can see, all you can see is from here up and a little bit of my nose, which I don't even care about. I have like little freckles over here, but it doesn't even bother me. But it looks like I'm put together, no? Like I feel like it just looks like I did like something without doing really anything. And this is what I look like for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 40 hours a week. This is what I look like. The only other thing that sucks is I have to wear my glasses to work, so I have to kind of move my mask down a little bit so my glasses can like sit here. So that's like I feel like that's more frustrating than actually wearing the mask, is wearing the mask and the glasses, because then I get like that fog, and it's so frustrating because I feel like it gets like extra hot because you're wearing the glasses and the mask. So this is pretty much all that I do. Like I said, you guys, this literally takes me like 5 to 8 minutes in the morning. Let me take this mask off. I hate wearing the mask, it's so annoying. But yeah, so this is pretty much what it looks like. I definitely feel like that concealer is just the star of the show. Like I feel like I don't need anything else, and like I said before, I would definitely just wear this look even if it wasn't COVID and we didn't have to wear masks. I would for sure just be wearing this look because I feel like it just makes you look so refreshed, and I don't think I look tired. I don't think I look like sleepy or anything like that. You know how sometimes when you just wear concealer, it can kind of make you look like weird because you don't have anything else on the rest of your face and you just have concealer underneath your eyes. I don't have that issue, especially with this concealer. I just think I can't stop talking about this concealer because I think it's freaking amazing. But yeah, so that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know down below if you guys are even bothering putting makeup on during this time, if you're just like, who even cares, or if you guys are doing full face, or if you guys are just throwing on mascara. Let me know down below what you guys are doing. But yeah, so that is all I have for you guys in this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy this little like COVID-19 mask wearing makeup tutorial. But yeah, so just stay safe guys, and please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe, and I will hopefully catch you guys in my next video with no mask. Bye.